ascertain the incredible rescue of the Dive Soccer Team. Me 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 me. Alright, Boys Soccer Team is an awesome thing here because number one, Thailand is just a great place. But here we go. Now this book itself has the story of a lifetime. Not many people get stuck in a cave and live to tell the tale. At least, lots of people actually get stuck in the Samluang cave and get to live this tale because apparently there's no way air can go in once the cave is flooded. Back to my topic. The thing about this is that Thailand itself is an incredible place, and the Thai boys are just kind of lucky to actually be living there, especially because they get to see loads of things like the Long Hua Lake and the Cave of the Sleeping Lady or Sam Luang Cave. Lots of things actually happen here, and the only thing that people seem to be interested in is actually tourist attractions and visiting all these things. But the thing is, it's actually not easy to go ahead and do all this too. So the Psy Boys team are actually stateless people, and there are just 3 of them, and their coach himself is also a stateless person. In fact, people without state membership without membership or citizenship to any country ends up being really, really, really dangerous too for them because they can't go abroad. At least not abroad technically. They can't study abroad. They can't go ahead and visit other places, and they can't even leave the country they're in right now. That's what citizenshipless means. Now the thing is, Thailand is a pretty interesting place. The thing is, Adul is just one of the members of the Thai team, and he's stateless. And one of the main points of this book is to actually point this out. It points out the statelessness of these people, and it also shows how these people seem to be going on with their lives without them. Now, Coach Ek is also stateless, and he has been a Buddhist and a monk for years. In fact, he's been there since he was 9. He's been a monk for 9 years. Since he was 9, for 11 years. And that means he has lots of respect and lots of experience. In fact, lots of people actually thought he could become an actual full-time monk one day. But then he also wanted to become a soccer player. And then when he was given the position and asked to go ahead and be the coach of the Wild Boars soccer team, he thought it was a dream come true. He thought it was a dream come true. Because stateless people are really, really, really bad at getting jobs too. They don't have that much things to do. But then they went ahead and went to the cave, and this changed their lives completely. They started looking at the values of everything and started thinking everything was more precious than they used to thought it was. Everything started having some value, and lots of things that they took for granted realized that it's not something everyone can have. So what's a few things you can actually learn from this book yourself? Well, the thing is, this book itself is interesting in its own ways. Nowadays, when you even Google up Wild Boars soccer team, you're redirected to a Wikipedia page of the Sam Luang Cave Rescue. And the thing is, Sam Luang itself is incredible because of how they've all been through all this. They've all been friends and they've all been pals, and without them, none of them would actually be here right now. The thing about the Sam Luang Cave Rescue is that it actually changes the way you look. Now, this book probably just wants to show you all this because you don't really want to learn what it's like to be without this and not to take things for granted without the need of going ahead and getting all this stripped away from you. The thing is, lots of people actually don't realize that things aren't always there for everyone because they've been using those things for so long, they don't actually realize there's not an essential need to their lives. They can survive without them, and they can do lots of things without them. And the only thing that I would have said I would have learned and is parallel to my life is that I take a lot of things for granted when I was little. To be honest, this on itself, I thought it was granted. I thought everyone had a phone because I thought everyone went to school, and then I realized lots of people actually don't go to school, and I'm just one of the few lucky ones in the world. I'm one of the few lucky ones who was born into, my parents. Thank you, Mom, by the way, for raising me. I thank you very much. Thank you. And also my dad, who's not at home right now. And Dad, if you're watching this, I really hope you do. Then thank you to you too. And lots of things actually start changing too. That's probably the only thing that's parallel to right now. when I was little, I actually sold everything I had, everything I owned, the pens, the phones, the, the well, I didn't have a phone when I was little, the violin lessons, all those books I was given. I took all those for granted. And then I realized it's not here. And I'm pretty sure lots of people, after reading these kinds of stories, actually realize that things aren't taken for granted. That when we're living here right now, we're not actually paying them anything back. They're doing this out of the kindness of their hearts, and we don't actually have to pay anything back. And I actually thank all parents for that. All parents love their kids. At least I hope they love their kids. And for those ones that do, they actually care them enough to not ask for anything in return. Some parents do, but I'm pretty sure the kids don't mind most of the time. However, my parents themselves, they work themselves to the bone just to send me to the school I am right now, to let me do all these videos, to get me all the things that I need to make these videos, and things just so that I have a good education and I have better English than I usually have right now. I mean, I could talk to any English person except maybe people who use technical terms a lot, but that's it. And I would have to say thank you, Mom, thank you, Dad, for the life. Now, back to the book. That's the only parallel thing that seems to be with my life too, and I'm pretty sure everyone else seems to think of it like that too. Now, there's no need to go into a cave and then get stuck there for 10 days without any contact to realize how unnecessary all these things are. You're probably still craving them, sure. Of course you want them, but then you realize, just like how a monk would in 10 days, what they're missing out and how they could survive, and that nothing is impossible, and the only idea of impossible is just inside your head. And that's pretty much all I have to say right now. Now, all 13, and there's also something that I really want to point out. 13 is technically a lucky number. Some people say it's the unlucky number, but I like to think of it as a lucky number. 7 is a lucky number too, but if you think about it, they actually had luck on their side. The number of people they had was lucky. And that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you actually want to read this book and be inspired and to take things not for granted. It also might make you a social activist of stateless people and get everyone in the world to get some citizenship of one country or another. But hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll hopefully get to see you guys soon. Until next time, Shnan out. Peace. Oh, and yes, please do Google up these guys. Bye.